What's up, everybody? Cheers here from windowcleaner.com. Here with Mr. Steve.
Yes, yes. What's going on, everybody? What's going
How's
on? Huh?
it going? My trackpad like glitches, and I'm hitting the button and nothing happens, and it says reconnecting, and there you
Okay. Yeah,
are. So,
yeah. Technical issues, first world issues.
every time, if we didn't have technical issues, it just wouldn't be the same.
No, no, it never would. There has to be issues every day, or else your day. But that's not a good day, technically. I mean, kind of how life goes. This is the truth.
That's true.
Where's your disguise?
I know. I just I don't have that one, but I just threw the mustache away. I had my Johnny B mustache
That's quite the mustache.
that I wore yesterday, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as the Steve-O costume, but
That was a good costume.
is it tough to be iconic like you?
What?
Like just
No,
people
this is
like
window cleaning. Nothing's iconic.
people
Come
just
on
know
now.
who you are,
No, it doesn't happen. I don't go to McDonald's and get free, cheeseburgers. I don't get to go to 7-Eleven and get free Slurpees. I don't get any of these cool things. It
That
just doesn't
sucks.
happen.
I mean, at this point, it's like, is it ever gonna happen? You know?
Yeah,
Is your free cheeseburgers ever gonna come?
probably not. Probably not. That's okay.
Man. By the way, if you're here watching, tell me your temperature today because it is supposed to be like the coldest day, at least for like the Eastern. And it was 26 degrees when I woke up today. I was telling Steve that is like middle of winter. Middle of winter suck for me. So tell me what your temperature is. Is it colder than that? Is it warmer than that? What are you doing? Because I know that it's warmed up. Obviously, people can clean, but man, this year it's an El Nino year and it's hitting so stinking hard. So
I love it. Love it. I just want snow every single day. But we got 8 inches. Don't be jealous.
you already had snow.
Frozen.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You're back. You're back. Sorry, I forgot you have a nice computer that likes to.
Oh yeah. And the warning sign's back, so I'm probably looking like poo out there. That's okay.
You just said, "Hey, I just had 8 inches," and then you froze. So I was waiting for the rest of the story, but
Man,
I think
that
we
was
put the
fun.
story together.
Yeah,
I think
we
we
can do
figured
it.
it out. Yeah. Man, I'm not a winter person anymore. I'm just cold all the time. I'm just cold all the time now. I'm just like old and crotchety, and I just don't want to be in the snow. So
Crotchety?
crotchety, that's a thing, right?
I don't think so. But hey, you know what? You can make up
Could
words.
be.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I'm also on chat. Got someone
it's fine.
talking about gutter cleaning.
Fine. Yeah, Jeremy Pummel. What's up, by the way? Jeremy Pummel said 62. Ricky Reyes. By the way, what's up, Ricky? I haven't seen you in a while, I don't think. Said 59. And of course, Eric M. Eric M. I like that your middle initial or last initials there, but 22 degrees. Northern Wisconsin, man.
Wow.
That's yeah. Man,
Colorado's warmer. We're 57.
crazy. See, Colorado to me in my head is like on the map, it's where Wisconsin is, but it's not. Like it's like way down south. It just happens to be high, and that's why you get like a bunch of snow. But
Yeah.
Wisconsin, if you ever watch the polar vortex, but you watch the what's the winds called?
Oh, I don't know these things. Come on. I don't know.
The wind stream, the Gulf Stream, whatever.
Yeah.
If you watch that, it always dips down in Wisconsin, hits the lake, and comes back up. So it's always way colder in Wisconsin. I didn't know. I mean, I just grew up like that, so I always knew that until I moved, and I'm like, oh, that's why the weather is just always bad. And the very tip of the turnaround is Chicago, and that's why Chicago is called the Windy City, because that's where it's coming from.
Learn something new every day. Thank you for that.
Yep. Speaking of learning and speaking of not learning, we were talking about myths all week. And there's been some really, really good ones. We put it out too on this video we were doing live. People comment later, and people were putting out other ones like, the Windex and newspaper. And somebody said that they don't like the myth that water fed cleans like a scrubber and squeegee. And on that one, but I don't think that's a myth.
It's not a myth.
It
It's not
does.
a myth.
Rubber and squeegee does, unless you're like inside, but like obviously.
Yeah. Well, there's just some people like we were talking about the other night where they haven't got to that point where they realize what the benefit of like water fed is, and that kind of has to happen for someone to like really, be like, oh wow, like it can do as good. It took me like a bit to realize it when I was first trained on water fed. I was trained by someone who didn't know anything about what they were doing, and then once I actually, watched some stuff and it really helped. I mean, it benefited a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the part too. You have to have an open mind on a tool, which interesting to me, not that we're talking water fed, but like if I hand somebody a squeegee and they do it for the first time, it looks terrible. They hand it back to you and go, man, I'm just not good at that.
Yep.
But if you hand somebody a water fed, they do it and they give it back to you and go, that doesn't work. And it's like, okay, so you don't understand it. That's why you think it doesn't work. But how many times you say too, like every year there's probably like 3 people who buy a water fed, they use it one time on their house for the first time ever. They're like, it doesn't work. I want to return it. It's like you didn't even try it. You have to learn a thing. It's like hopping on a motorcycle for the first time and being like, yeah, this thing kills out. Like I tipped it over. It's so weird. Like,
well, what one of the funniest or weirdest myths with water fed pole is that when you have like a hydrophobic window and the water beads up on the glass, sometimes we get calls about, hey, like it's just water droplets on the glass, like what's going on? And then I've gone back and forth with people and we haven't got to the conclusion of it, because what they really are talking about is that, do I need to go over these water droplets with like a squeegee, or do I need to buff it out with a microfiber? And I've had even people on the cusp of being like, okay, I'm going to return the system. And then I say, wait a second, like, is it drying spotty, or are you just seeing water droplets before they dry? I'm seeing water droplets I don't know why. It doesn't look like the videos. It doesn't come down the window like syrup. And so that's one of the big things, is that when people see that, they think, oh man, like it's just going to be spotty. You just got to let it dry. You just got to, I don't know how many houses I've left in my career with still wet windows. Oh, yeah. And I always just tell the customer, I just had one last week. He said, hey, is this going to dry nice? Said, oh yeah, it's going to dry great. I haven't heard from him since. It's good news.
I would say 100% of the windows that you water fed, there's some water left on the glass. I mean, even if it's hydrophilic, the center might cheat really well, but sometimes the edges don't and all that. So, I mean, you always leave water on it, but I've never left a drive-through car wash without having something on my car either. So, and it dries fine. So, but anyway,
exactly.
First world problems. What's your favorite myth that people talk about all the time and they want to argue you and you're just frustrated with having to try to explain the facts?
Oh man, a lot of people think that on route work or commercial work, a lot of times the things I'll get on my YouTube channel or something about a video is like, wow, you're the worst window cleaner ever for not getting up there and wiping all those ledges. I would never hire you. You shouldn't even have a business. And so just a lot of people don't understand the different variables of window cleaner, or the different like tiers of what we do. So like when we do a storefront, we're doing that like every 4 weeks. There's no reason to be taking out a step ladder and wiping everything. You want it to look presentable. You want it to look clean. And you're not going to look through those windows 5 ways from Sunday like all of us window cleaners want to. We're just going to look through them like customers do, look through the glass, not at the glass. And so it's funny to me in that like a big myth is that, oh man, I got to get up there. I got to make sure everything is like 100% pristine, like every single time. And over time, this is something you learn, but you just learn like what's needed in some situations and what's needed in others. And a lot of the time that's, by what the price is of what you do. And that's why storefronts, all these people say, I don't want to get into storefronts because it's like $45 for a storefront. Like, how am I going to do this? Well, you get a row of them going and boom, you're doing that $45 job in 15 to 20 minutes and moving along to the next one. And that's how you're building it up. But it's just funny to me that a lot of people don't realize what needs to be done. And they think that everything needs to be like a residential window. So it's kind of a myth. And then I don't really know where I was going with that, but
then you need to do more. Yeah, that's one thing that I get. I don't get too many angry people, not even really angry, just like people who want to like tell me I'm wrong. But one of the things that I do is always when I'm trying to explain the fact that like 90% is 100%. Like that fact, people are like dumbfounded. If you've been a window cleaner a long time, you understand the concept that you're not saying to do bad work. You're just saying that like if nothing is noticed, then it's good. Like there's a spectrum of good, like if there's a big streak right up the middle, that's not good, right? But if when they look through it, they see nothing, they're not looking at it close, that's 100%. No matter if you really fine tooth comb it, if it's really 100% or not, with route, it's even more fast. And even with my route or roots, I would everything that I had, I didn't have anything that was less frequent than every 2 weeks. It was either weekly or every 2 weeks. And it's like at that point, if I'm doing a store every week or every 2 weeks, like I'm not leaving it bad, but I mean, you don't have to like detail it and spit shine it and like
Right.
once every few times you're out there, maybe you'll take some tape off or a bug butt or whatever, but you don't even do that every time. You're just rocking and rolling, it's just the upkeep part.
The other thing.
Um, well, Steve dropped off. He's a very important person, and that tends to happen. So, but if you didn't know, Steve is a rep with windowcleaner.com. And if you didn't know, his number is everywhere. Find him, search him out, let him be your rep. We make commission here, obviously. So if you ever want to put orders in or just have us put orders in, call him up directly. His number's on the screen. Oh, he's back. I'm putting him back in there now.
No.
Here he is. He's back. I was just telling everybody your thing and then your number wasn't there, but tell us again your number if somebody wants to use you as their rep.
Yes, my phone number is 970-599-1437. You can text or call me there for any orders that you want to place, or if you have questions about equipment. Also reachable through all my different social media handles like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff.
There you go. So if you're not using a rep yet and putting orders in, we love that you're putting orders in with us, but we would also love to have you put orders in through us. So please do that. Any other questions, let us know. Tomorrow we'll be back again with this live, same time, but allegedly we'll be on with Mr. Christopher himself, allegedly. So we'll see. He's going to stand me up. I know that, but I'm trying to keep it positive. So we'll see.
Wow. Awesome. That'll be great. You never know who it is, though. Is it Chris? Is it Alex? Nobody knows. Are they real?
He'll just walk off camera and then come back as Alex. It'll be like, whoa. Yeah, you never know.
Awesome.
Anyway, well, I appreciate it, guys. Like I said, we will be back again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.